Okay, so December 2012, Lucifer, weird story, Spirit Within Me. He's doing this Johanna skit, again, weird story. I mailed in a package to Central Intelligence and to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Counterintelligence Division. And they sent out a bunch of spies. I don't know that they did. I can't prove it. But Monica McGrath, her story was she was from Chicago or something. She was some like Chinese German chick. It was just fucking like a 10, right? And they sent out Johanna, weird story, probably Delilah. So December 2012 rolls around, and it was, they were doing a hoop through me. I was like real stressed, and a silent voice in my head said, I have schizophrenia, but a silent voice in my head said, still me. And then the guy talking through me is like, is there any reason at all you can think of? Anything at all? Any reason at all? His face may be curled up to the side that you would say stalemate. And I was like, no, I can't think of anything. I can't think of a reason. I can't think, why would I say stalemate there? Like, I have no idea. Like, what do you think it is? He goes, that was God. I was like, okay. Right? Like, yeah, I guess. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Right, I was like, alright. So, right, so Lucifer was doing a little teamwork there, where not everybody, there were a lot of spirits around in the spirit realm, and it turns out that was my father, creator of the universe, saying stalemate. So then we're doing a routine where he's talking about Hitler or this, that, and the other. I think we're just playing a game. Like, I'm just having fun with it. I'm honestly just having fun with it. We're talking about, like, anti-check raised, like, telling each other stories. It was, I don't know what to say. And he says, the silent voice in my head says, snuck up on you. Lucifer turns to, but he did it cool. He was like, so time rolls on, and I'm asleep. I'm in the back. I'm resting in my I'm resting on the floor or on the bed or whatever, and I don't think it was on the bed. In the back, voice comes out of me, and it was just booming. That was involuntary, but it sounded like imagine the creator of the universe was speaking through me, and just like how fucking. I was like. That's Lucifer. That little smile there. Can't hide. There he is. Look, so he says, you know that was involuntary. And I was like, what the fuck? Right? So then it's like we're talking about Jill Fiend. Like she's I don't know, it was 10th grade, some study hall chick who's blonde hair, and I was like, the voice kind of troubled, silent in my head. I was like, what is going on here? Right? Am I right? What the fuck is going on here? Now again, I'm diagnosed schizophrenic. If you take any of this seriously, any of it, you're a douche, but whatever. So then I'm driving up Noardmore Avenue. Getting ready to cross over Westchester Pike in Broomall, Pennsylvania. I live off of Brookdorf Circle in Broomall, in case anybody wants to know. But I have a couple followers. Mostly, I don't know, some Arabic stuff. I don't know. So anyway, I'm sitting there, and I say to myself, because I'm pissed off at this point. It's January, and I'm just like, you know what? This whole thing, this whole crazy pedo sting, where I'm just driving around. I've got. I'm a loner driving around, and you motherfuckers are doing this to me. And then I go in Charlie's dream and say something, don't buy anything. And you run this whole fucking investigation at me, right? Not looking at underage pornography, not meeting anyone, just living my fucking life and getting smashed. I go to Miami. I mail in a package to the Central Intelligence Agency and to the Federal Bureau of Investigation telling Mitt Romney he's a piece of, skunk shit. And Santorum was a senator in Pennsylvania between... at a time, sometime during 2002-40, he was a senator, and this massive fucking bullshit was going on, And then you look at things like his disabled son, it's like, you know what? Tough shit. You pull this shit here, tough shit. So I'm getting stung like that, and they put a bunch of hits on me. Like the guy comes in there with puts black chalk right on my arm, and they had a coagulant to a Subway veggie. He's like, "You want some chicken?" Right, I'm shaking out. I'm fucking shaking out, dude. Freezing cold for like 2 minutes. Thank God I'm alive. Right. I was at Subway after a 5-day walk on 9/16/2012. 9/11/12 in my apartment at Byron Avenue, North Beach, Miami. After another package, I got assassins fucking sitting outside the house. Right, I threw a Gatorade bottle against the door, trying to draw me out. Like, it was crazy. I got poisoned so many times. I had inactive immortal DNA. I know that sounds crazy, but that mixed with my father not allowing them to kill me, especially since I was innocent. It was really crazy. Also, I'll get into this in a second. See, his hand is not fully connected to my. You can see it right here. This hand's not. It's kind of a weird vantage point where you can see that this hand's not connected. It's another story. That's another story for another time. But yeah. So at this point, like, mostly the spirit comes up and we're telling each other stories. You know, we're talking about this and that. We're sharing memories. We're talking about poker hands and this and that. But then I say to myself, Eric Wilson, I say, I'm going to kill Satan the first chance I get, right? Out loud, Satan gets turned to Hitler. So that to me is, wait a minute, I'm supposed to kill Satan the first chance I get. So a chance to me, and this is a little bit tangential, but I'll just go into it, is a non-0% probabilistic opportunity to take advantage of a scenario. It could be anywhere from 99.99 with a line over the top to 0.01 with a line over the top. It depends on your hedge. But I don't interpret it to be the first chance you perceive yourself to having, or the first chance where there's less than a 30% chance it'll happen. In fact, I wouldn't want to gamble with less than, say, a 55% chance. And the only reason I keep the odds that low is it turns out I was on the 43rd day of a 45-day fast that started last, I want to say, September-ish, finished up around October. May have been October, November, but around there in 2015. And I sit down on the toilet to take a shit, and I put my hands like this because I am tired of shit at this point. I am tired of shit. The Hoffridgers are abusing the fucking shit out of me. I'm gassed. I'm just fucking tired. I'm like, I can't wait to eat in 2 days. I got through the fast. I did. But I have a vision of an evil emperor up here, and below him a guy with goggles. So that was a hit list. But, yeah, so back to my story. So the next thing that I see, there was a vision of the Crucible. You know the Crucible, the spaceship? And this happened before I was told to kill Hitler the first chance I get. Hussein. There was a vision of the Crucible, the spaceship, and it was heaven or hell. And I woke up and I was tired of shit. You have no idea. You can't tell if you're hot, if you're cold. You don't know what. You know, I got my leg slashed in Miami where I couldn't walk around. I got my tooth smashed in by my brother Charles, right? And then I had I was getting an infection. I couldn't get it. I kept calling CVS. They kept lying to where they were, wouldn't tell me where they were. And then the gums healed extra fast, so my tooth was straight back. And he reset. I was just like, go. He was like, are you okay? Are you okay? This is an Israeli guy. I think it was one of his friends. His friend might have, I don't know if it was his friend, but they injected me with morphine, which stops my breathing. So, right, once I was in Mount Sinai to be mentally hospitalized for the second time, they fed me some type of poison, which you just hiccup the whole time. And then Catherine, who was working with a lot of people the whole time, was pretty much just adamant about me going to Mount Sinai. I get Baker acted, so I'm not breathing, you know, whatever. But yeah, so in Miami I got hospitalized 3 times at Mount Sinai. I think that's where, I want to say, what's his name? Abraham on the mountain. We got the 10 Commandments. It was also, I believe, where this may have been before Abraham was told, kill your son. And when I was sent to Abizna, a lot of people don't know this, Abizna in Salt Lake City, down the city of 7 Hills. With you can read that, learn about that with Death Cab for Cutie, the band. My father put his spirit knife to my throat. People don't know that. Which means Lucifer would have said goodbye at that point at the same time, because sometimes you have to be willing to sacrifice your son. But no big deal to me. So this is actually a, what else did the Father say? He said, he showed me a vision of a palace, and being anywhere near a palace would be utter misery to me. This is my dream life right here. Hopefully it'll happen. Like, burn my eye out. Right there, that's me in the future. So I think they're pretty much just going to burn my eye out, my spirit eye, and they may or may not damage my lower left leg. It seems to be being debated at the moment. But I got 2.25 years to get through temptation. I got 2.25 years to get through temptation, and they're going to convert me to a vampire. And then there's a breaking process for 3 years. I get a new deadline, probably January 1st, 2022. Then it'll be 3 years of miracles. I think it has to do with, for a vampire, my blood heals, right? My blood heals. It also has healing properties. I think I'll be able to see the future by 1 minute from that movie Next. And also, I'll start working on telekinesis. I was born on St. Patrick's Day, 1979, so I think that makes me a little bit lucky. The craps table that night, we certainly got lucky. And then, right, so whatever. A little bit tangential. There's one more. Oh yeah, I could do the vampire thing in daylight, like when the sun's out. So I can see where that would be annoying. But that's my perception. I actually don't know what's going to happen. And once again, I'm a diagnosed schizophrenic. I'm diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, technically. It's sent to the insurance company by Dr. Pugliese. So if I just said you're a twat in public, like, you have Tourette's. Nobody's actually following me. CID, Delaware County isn't following me. Marble Police aren't following me. And the FBI isn't following me. The CIA certainly isn't following me just because I mailed in a package to the FBI and CIA. I can't see why they would. Also, I've never been charged with anything. I have no criminal record. So, I've diagnosed OCD, ADHD, Tourette's, bipolar 1, schizophrenic. I became chronic paranoid schizophrenic. They tried to take my right to vote in Bayview and take my financial assets on the grounds that I didn't know how to take care of my hygiene. So, it's real credible. So let's see here. So what else did he say? There was another vision. So the visions were a palace. I had a warning in a dream about Monica McGrath. And I also had a dream about Valkyrie falling into a ditch, or driving into a ditch. I had another dream about a statement in my head when I was in my 20s, Kid Yellow. And then I had another vision about the heaven or hell vision, and also another vision of a hitless, the evil emperor up here, and the guy with goggles beneath him. I think that's his apprentice or his number 2. I'm supposed to kill both of them. But listen, hell is going to be structurally sound after those two and me die. It's a suicide spirit mission. Okay, it lasts about 1,000 years. I'm going to be tortured to death by the Central Intelligence Agency over 7 days, which really sucks. I mean, first they do 6 days of humiliation like last time. Where last time, I'm Jesus, by the way, they put a crown on your head, you start bleeding. This time, pretty much just being raped and cut, spit on, put in woman's clothing, abused, burnt, cut, and then tortured for 5 hours in Central Intelligence Agency. I mean, that's intensive. I mean, you can see a lot of those guys in Abu Ghraib being kicked to death. They're just sitting there on a pole like this. You're freezing, sensory deprivation, sensory overload, dogs barking at you. Pretty much as it's happening, you're just trying. You're moment to moment. You're just trying to get through it. And then at the end of it, I'll be a slab of meat being lethally injected. I'm telling you, they couldn't kill me with. It's just going to take about 10 hours because it's 5 days tougher. It's like 45 Shinedown, 45 Gaslight Anthem. But I mean, at the end of the day, I can't complain about anything. I've had a blessed life, and what could I say? I'm a happy guy. I can go to the underworld. Probably sent to, I think, deep into layer 8 of hell, the fraud realm, because I admitted when I was dying, look, I'm not a cop, I'm not a spy, and I'm not a mobster. I wasn't trying to, I was talking in the car. I didn't know it was mixed up. So, I mean, I did say that one time at Wawa Card Mom. I was pissed off that day when I knows what Dr. Pugliese, but I didn't actually know it was an investigation. So, yeah, my father basically said he's the creator of the universe, the same guy who held up the ocean to free the Israelis, who told Abraham to kill his own son on the mount, who gave us the 10 Commandments, who also gave us all the prophets, and who sent me down to die last time, to give non-Jewish people who are as worthy as heaven as you, Jewish people, a new way home. And this time I'm here with the single prayer at the end, which is, Father in heaven, please give non-Christians heaven. And I'm Jesus Christ, and I'm a sinner. Yeah, but so honestly, I've never been happier. Like I'd say I'm like an upbeat guy. I just real easygoing guy, real upbeat. Nothing to complain about. I don't know, man. Happy-go-lucky. You can't complain.